I watch the Celtics and the Sixers. I've said this many times on this show. I don't find the Celtics threatening. They might have the deepest team. They might have the best team. As prior to yesterday, they had the best odds, according to DraftKings, to win it all. I don't find them threatening because I don't find them consistent. You're going, okay, wait a minute. Jason Tatum hasn't done anything in the first half, previous game, and then he's great in the second half. Where's Jaylen Brown? Okay, your last shot is going to be taken by who? Now you have a coach who may be in over his head, and Joe Mazzulla. Now, nobody said that during the season, I don't think, but now it's like, oh, he's getting out-coached here. Well, keep in mind what happened in Boston. The number one assistant left. Ime Udoka got fired, and then Joe, who's 34 years of age, he shouldn't be in the position right now. But is it catching up to him with playoff basketball? Maybe, but it still goes back to the players. I'm still waiting for emotion. Like, I don't know if it means that much to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And then I wonder, let's say they bow out. Let's say they lose. Is Mazzulla the head coach next year? Is Jaylen Brown there? What kind of changes are made? Because, and maybe they win this game. Maybe they go to the finals. Maybe they win it all. But there's still that element of doubt with Boston. And I've had this with Philadelphia. I mean, I don't think anybody's a great team. But with Boston, you're at home and you're getting booed. Here's Jason Tatum after the loss.
We got booed before, so it's not anything new. We've been in that position before, and we didn't play well today. Fans could see it, you guys saw it, and we know that.
It feels like fans will boo what they perceive as effort. Like, are you trying? Do you care? Does it matter? And they seem lethargic at times. And maybe it comes too easily to them at times. But then you're watching. By the way, Reggie Miller was texting with me during the commercial breaks. He goes, I'd love to be able to mention Al Horford might be a Hall of Famer like we discussed on the show, but he's not a Hall of Famer tonight. And I went, you're right. You're right. He sent me the stat line. And I go, okay, all right. After the game, Reg followed up with me. He goes, Hall of Famer? Question mark. And I went, okay, Hall of Fame-ish. Maybe Hall of Fame-ish.
The timing of that is just hilarious.
He crushed me. He went 0 for 7. Embiid had a good game. I love what Harden has done. Okay, now, inconsistent at times, but he kind of knows what his role is sometimes. And we talked about this probably 2 months ago. Nobody was talking about the 76ers. There was no drama. I like what Harden was doing. He was leading the league in assists. I think Tyrese Maxey can be a star. You have Embiid with an MVP season. You know, they have the makings of, a team that can win a title. I just didn't know if they could put it together. Embiid's injury, Harden can be unbelievable and then not really there. But last night, I think he had 7 shots. But he was setting up his teammates. Maxey had a big night. Embiid played well. And you go into the Boston Garden and pull out a double-digit victory. Now you head home, and maybe you're sending the Celtics home as well. Lakers at the Warriors, Game 5 tonight. And the Heat at the Knicks, Game 5 tonight as well. What kind of poll question do we have today, Seton O'Connor?
Dan, we got a few of them here for you.
All right.
Well, we could start with the Celtics if you want. It feels weird saying this, but the problem with the Celtics is the players or the coach? It feels weird saying because they're a favorite and they're a great team, but like you said, of all those things, they're not inspiring.
Yeah, I watch and I don't know how much it matters to them. Do you play with urgency? And I'm not saying play recklessly, but play with urgency. This is important. And they came out in the first quarter and, Embiid was unbelievable. You're like, guys, come on. You're at home. What's going on here? Yes, Todd.
I guess the question is, are there substitutions or lack thereof or adjustments that you've seen in the series that really stand out where he's totally getting out-coached by Doc, that you would pick coach over players there?
I'm really hesitant. There's trepidation when I say somebody out-coached somebody because it would have to come from a former coach, a coach who's able to assess exactly what happened. And there are times when you go, he's making moves and the other coach isn't countering there. Or why didn't you call a timeout there? You had a timeout. Those kind of small things. But I'm not sitting here. I mean, Doc Rivers has not been a good playoff coach. His resume is not good. And to sit here and go, he's out coaching Joe Mazzulla is not fair to either one of those coaches. Players got to play. How often do we go, boy, he's getting out coached? Can you get out coached, but your team still wins? Like, is Steve Kerr getting out coached? I don't know, right? I got to have my players have to perform. Now, if you say, hey, we're going to do something different, we're going to start somebody, and then it doesn't work out, okay, that's on the coach. He made a decision there. But, for the most part, players got to play. And I haven't seen that. And that's why we don't have a team that is great. We have players who are great. We don't have teams that are great because there's a real inconsistency there.